All right, missing the mark. The U.S. will not meet President Biden's goal of having 70% of people vaccinated by the 4th of July. Now, here in Louisiana, Orleans and Jefferson Parish have some of the highest COVID-19 vaccination rates, but there are pockets in those parishes that are still falling behind.
And WDSU Investigates found neighborhoods near the heart of New Orleans in parts of Algiers and Kenner with some of the lowest rates. Here's investigative reporter Emily Lane with the vaccine divide.
You have real people with real concerns, legitimate questions.
Nearly half of New Orleanians are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. It puts Orleans Parish well ahead of the pack in a state that lags behind in the race for herd immunity. But some neighborhoods are outliers, like Tall Timbers Extension. Just over 19% of people in this part of Algiers near the Plaquemines Parish line got their shots.
I didn't want to put anything in my system that really wasn't in there to begin with.
Tall Timbers Extension resident Dwayne Jones is 33 and has no kids.
Well, maybe if I was like in my 70s or something, I'd probably be a little worried about it.
A handful of Jones' older neighbors tell me they got their shots as soon as they could, but one says the neighborhood of mostly black people has a growing number of younger residents. A number of neighbors told me they heard through Facebook of people dying from the COVID-19 vaccines, but there's been no reported deaths from the vaccine in the country.
There's a lot of information coming at our communities from multiple networks, from multiple platforms, so you have a ball of confusion.
Nurse Rachel Wary has partnered with the state to help educate people about the vaccine. Misinformation is just one barrier, she says.
Trust is, a theme that we hear.
Delanor Junis lives in Veterans Heights in Kenner, just north of the old airport terminal.
Well, like probably most Afro-Americans, we have a distrust of these systems.
Hers is a diverse community near the heart of the metro area, where a little under 24% of the neighborhood received their shots. Even with her scientific background as a chemical analyst, skepticism of the government played a role in her decision process, which ultimately led her to get vaccinated, but not right away.
Well, I just weighed the pros and the cons, is it worth my mother getting something and not knowing?
Wary says the 1932 Tuskegee study, when doctors let syphilis of its black study subjects go untreated, is the starkest example why there's distrust.
It still exudes fear in the community.
For those afraid, she suggests talking it out with their doctor.
Open dialogue to acknowledge that and have that hard conversation, that uncomfortable conversation. It eases the fear.
With the Delta variant set to become the dominant strain in Louisiana, State Health Officer Joseph Cantor says getting more shots in arms in under-vaccinated neighborhoods is vital.
And the concern is that we're going to see targeted outbreaks amongst communities that are less well vaccinated, and that those targeted outbreaks might lead to more hospitalizations than we had been seeing the past few months, because this variant does seem to be more dangerous.
But I would really research it, like really research it, and think about the people that's going to be exposed to it. Because if you're asymptomatic, just, we got to think about our fellow citizens, maybe a little bit.
I'm Emily Lane for WDSU Investigates.